Hello and welcome to the campaign playthrough of Legion LTD2. The first video was done by Mr. Pennywise, who beat Tommy on hard, I think. It's now time to play against Mama Mayra on hard with the Grove Legion. I'm not playing with legions here because I think it's better to play with legions, or easier to beat it. I'm doing it so you can learn how to play a basic build with this legion. This will be the Grove Legion. And I'm playing a Honeyflower starter. So Mama Mayra is starting with 2 more workers, which will make her scale a lot harder. So this will be a lot harder than the usual version, but it's fine. I think we can do it. So Pyro start as always. My plan is to keep her from pushing even more workers, if possible, and hit her on her weak waves, as the hint says. These are 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, to a degree 11, 13, 14, 18, and 20. And yeah. So let's see if we can beat her, because the 2 extra workers will make this a lot harder than it usually is. But you know, who doesn't enjoy a challenge? So this positioning here makes the flower and Valshroom share some aggro. This is very, very good. It holds wave 2 and wave 3 just by itself. You just need to make sure that you get some income if you play Grove, so you get the Valshroom out with 4 workers. Which is why I did the king up on 1. And now I'll just push 2 workers, because this does hold wave 3. Yeah, and let's see once Mama Mayra starts adding what she's going to add, and how it's going to go. My plan, Honeyflower is one of those units that is super strong on its strong waves, like wave 3 for example, and super weak on its weak waves, like wave 6 and 7 for example. But with these constant income sends, I can just push very hard now. I'll stay at 7 because I don't want to die on wave 5 or 6, ideally, because that usually is a bad plan. Okay, income. So I'm only sending a fiend here. It's not going to leak yellow, but I want some income. And yeah, that's what I'm going for so far. I wanna, as I said, hit on 6 or 7. And with my push, I need to definitely send a bit for income. So the reason I put the Ranger in front is that it partially tanks. My Valtrum is tanking more than I want because my build isn't optimized. What did she add? Honeyflower, yeah. And the bazooka, this is unleakable on this wave anyways. So yeah, I'm not pushing now because there are weak waves coming up. So I'd rather play it a bit safe. And not leak everything, because leaking everything usually makes me lose a lot of gold. And yeah, I'll try sending on 6, I think, because the Hermit is a really good send, and Hermit DT might get her. If I get it in income, else I'll go 7. 60, yeah. Should be okay. I can push 1 now. Okay, she didn't build anything, but she doesn't need to do. 60 apparently is probably not fine. It looks okay. It's going to be a small leak, but that's okay because I want to do a big send next wave. This is not a problem. So what do we do for next? We can either add another vial shroom, or we can... Yeah, I'll probably add a vial shroom for some damage against this wave, and a buzz. As you can see, I'm 70 under value, which is very dangerous, to be honest. But such is life. I mean, you have to risk. If the enemy starts with 2 additional workers, you have to take risks. And this additional worker that I pushed gave me the DG, which is a really good send, along with the Hermit. Yeah, my Honeyflower isn't tanking enough. This is very bad. Okay, so a Yozora added. This is probably just too much value to leak. And I will leak more. So this is really bad. It's okay. It's going to be 2 creeps, I think. 2 creeps. This is almost a hold. Is this a full hold? Yeah, this is a full hold. Holy shit. So I need to send here because I need a canopy for this wave. Else I'm just leaking. And I needed the 12 gold for the Dragon Turtle. But I'm already quite far behind. But this is just because of the 2 worker advantage Mama Mayra has at the start. I can still come back from this by just outplaying her on wave 10 and 11, for example. So let's hope I can manage to win. Okay, I'm killing the brute. This is good. My fighters share aggro very nicely. This is also good. So I'm holding the resend. She invested some income into sending the brute over a full income mercenary. So this is a small victory for me. But I'm still behind. And my pierce damage is very lacking for wave 8, so I need to full build here, so I don't fall further behind. My plan now is to actually save till wave 11, because there's all-out assault in the game, and AoE units are really bad on 11 if you send like a huge tank, because then they only attack the tank until it's dead, and it takes ages for them to kill the tank. So something like a siege ram or a kraken are really, really strong against her on 11. And especially with her weakness on 10, she might even leak 10 to no send. And give me more time to get out a bigger send. So yeah, I'm being fed nicely, so I'm slowly making my return in terms of power score, which is good. You know, there's in Legion TD2, even when you're falling behind early on with shutdown and everything, there's almost always still a chance to come back. You just need to make sure that you don't overpush once you start leaking, and just focus on building more value so that you start holding their sense again, and then you can get back into the game, especially if they keep sending me. yeah, this Canopy is a bit too far in front, tanking a bit too much, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. How much money will I have? I will have 200 gold, which is perfect because I want to add an antler as additional tank. So I will put this here so it tanks for the two canopies so they can regen more health. And yeah, the Daphne will be great for the boss. I really hope that the antler is quick enough to run in front of the Daphne, else I might leak small on 10. But with my send on 11, it's fine if I leak small. I really want to end the game with this send. 80, okay. Let's see, an Arc Tear. Well, this is really bad on 11 too. So my Daphne survives, so I'm probably going to hold it. Let's hope this is leaking, because I really want more time. Yes, it is leaking. This is the big weakness of AoE. I was thinking about sending here for additional king damage, but I think it's not enough to kill her. It may have been, but this is one of the strategies you can do. Just save huge for 10 and try to kill her. Or, as I'm doing now, especially with all-out assault, try to kill her on 11 with a huge tank. And since this is a complete all-in, I will actually send the Hermit before income. Now take all-out assault, and now send the Siege Ram. And now, since the upcoming wave is ranged, and I really want to protect my Daphnes, I'm putting the Banana Bank here. Ideally, you want to have it a bit further back because it is a ranged tank. So you don't want it to tank everything. You want it to tank parts of the wave. But yeah, just from this game situation, I'd rather have it in front and protect my Daphnes and not risk it. And I'll even send a lizard. And now my hope is that will win the game, because this is a huge send. And as you can see, all the AoE units are not hitting the wave. They are only attacking the Siege Ram. And the Siege Ram has 5000 HP and takes reduced damage from ranged, and Pyros are ranged. So in fact, she might not even be able to kill the Siege Ram. She will be able to kill it, right? She is able to kill it, but she doesn't touch the wave, and this will be enough to win the game. So this is a trick against AoE builds that you can try in your games. Try to send them a huge tank on wave 11. It usually works wonders. As you can see, even though I fell behind early by just making small mistakes, I was able to come back with a huge send and win on wave 11. So this is what I can tell you, or recommend you try. You can either, early on, as you can see, she starts with 4 workers on hard, and then 6 workers, 7 workers, but she keeps sending. So what you just need to do is make sure you don't fall behind early on. Like, this leak was fine, but I shouldn't have pushed, right? Leaking 2 creeps here is fine, but it still hurts. So ideally, I would have stayed 7 workers and just gotten more gold from her sends. And what you want to do is start saving by like wave 7, 8, so you can hit her huge on wave 10 with like a Centaur or a 4 Eyes, or a huge, even bigger on wave 11 with a huge tank and a Hermit. Because this will usually just completely destroy her and kill her from 100 to 0. And this is also a good way to play against AoE builds if you face them in ranked. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.